This actor almost turned down one of the most iconic roles in American cinema because of one line. Last week, Bad Bunny had the honor of being presented as the Artist of the Century at the Billboard Latin Music Awards by the talented and legendary Rita Moreno. Born in Humacao, Puerto Rico, Rita is the very first Latina to win an Oscar for her role as Anita in West Side Story, and is the very first and only Latin EGOT, which is a title that artists are given for winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. West Side Story takes place in 1950s Upper West Side Manhattan and centers on two lovers from opposite sides of the tracks, one white and one Puerto Rican. It was a modern take on Romeo and Juliet. Tony is best friends with Riff, the leader of a white gang called the Jets. Tony falls in love with the little sister of gang leader Bernardo, who heads up a gang of young Puerto Rican men called the Sharks. The two gangs don't get along mostly because of racial tension and ethnicity. Now, this is very telling of the time that this musical was created, where more and more Puerto Ricans were migrating to the US. And also, oddly, around the same time that San Juan Hill, a Puerto Rican neighborhood in Manhattan, was being destroyed. The film was released in 1961. It was all the rage at the time after a successful run of the musical on Broadway. Rita Moreno was originally asked by West Side Story creator Jerome Robbins to audition for the role of Maria in the musical, which she said yes to, but never did, fearing that she wouldn't be able to carry a play as a main character. She did, however, audition for the film adaptation and wound up booking the role of Anita, the girlfriend of Sharks leader Bernardo. Excited about this new opportunity, Rita recalls getting ready to rehearse her lines, and when she finally looked at the lyrics for the number America, she noticed a pretty disturbing opening line that read, "Puerto Rico, you ugly island, island of tropic diseases." Rita says she thought to herself, I can't do that. I mean, what are my people going to think? I have to back out of this. She says she remembers crying, thinking about how she would tell her agent that she had to reject the role. But a few days later, she received a new script with rewrites that changed those lyrics. Rita said she never said anything to Stephen Sondheim, who wrote the lyrics, and whom she had no relationship with at the time. Now, it's not clear why Stephen decided to change the original lyrics, but during the Broadway run of West Side Story, that lyric did receive some criticism, notably by Dr. Howard Rusk, the founder of the Institute of Medical Rehab at NYU. He wrote a piece for the New York Times days after the show's opening and stated, "The reference to the island of tropic diseases is a blow below the belt. That is not based on fact." My guess is that Stephen Sondheim either took heed to the criticism or didn't want to offend the only real Puerto Rican cast in the film. The other actors who played Puerto Ricans were actually white and were made to wear brown face makeup to appear Puerto Rican. But let me know your thoughts on the iconic film West Side Story, and please show love to the Queen, Rita Moreno, in the comments. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at FromTheRecord_.